side of the hill, heading towards the end of pool play, of course. Thursday is where the teams want to be playing. If you have had a really successful bout in pool play, you don't play Thursday, you play on Friday automatically into the semis. Compliments of being number one in your individual divisions, the American and the National Division. Two teams that have played one game. The Marauders of Mount Olive, New Jersey, the Middle Atlantic Regional Champions, and the Fighting Squirrel from Charleston, Missouri, representing the Midwest Plains. And with that pitch, this one underway, the Marauders, they are the visiting squad. They're decked out in the maroon. Meanwhile, in the primarily white, the Fighting Squirrels, and Alex Tucker will lead off with a single to begin things for the Marauders. Well, let's get things set for you offensively. Marauders have got Alex Tucker, the center fielder, leading things off. Steven Chiswick is the third baseman, batting in the 2 spot. Three-hitter is Joe McNally, the shortstop. Jack Calandra playing second, will bat fourth. Zach Fike is the right fielder in the 5 hole. First baseman Michael Ferranti has got the 6th spot. Kyle Helmlinger is the EP batting 7th. Jake Mancini in left field will bat 8th. Ryan Nealon is the catcher batting in the 9 spot, and Jack Richardson, he is the pitcher. Zach will bat in that 10 spot. Fighting Squirrels have Austin Hicks on the hill. Garrison Keene is behind the plate. And first you'll find Trey McDaniel. The second baseman is Ty Householder. Shortstop belongs to Winston Welter. At third, Wyatt Pratt. In the outfield, Cole Nichols is in left. The center fielder is Palmer Campbell. Jason Jarrell is in right. So you are set with the offense of the Marauders, the defense of the Squirrels. iFiber providing the camera ops. Thank you very much to iFiber. James Crenshaw is in the truck, and Robert Williamson set to bring into coverage as Chiswick is a strikeout victim, 1 away. 1 gone for Joe McNally. Two teams that, as I mentioned, have played one game. One has a victory, the other has a loss. Middle Atlantic champions, Mount Olive, New Jersey, losing yesterday to Cape Cod, 5-1 the final. In reality, it was a game that was nip and tuck throughout with the exception of 1 inning. In that 1 inning, Cape Cod played 5 runs, and that was all that was necessary to come away with a victory. Meanwhile, for the Midwest Plains champs, the Fighting Squirrel, as the stolen base is given to Tucker. 1 outing, and that against the host team, Ephrata. It was a 3-1 victory on the opening day of play for Charleston, Missouri, and as a result, they come in 1-0. Marauders come in 0-1. A ball and a strike on Joe McNally. Outside of the strike zone. Well, we have talked about it frequently during the course of coverage, and that is if you're unbeaten, you're in. If you finish pool play without a blemish on your record, you are definitely in as the #1 team, and you'll get a bye on Thursday and play in the semis. Wrapped into center field, there's another base hit. Second one of the inning. McNally will move Tucker over to third, and a couple of base runners are on for the Marauders. If you lose 1 game in pool play, you're in. Because even if you got an unbeaten squad, the unbeaten squad has played somebody besides you, beaten them. So even if you got a couple of teams with a loss and you got an unbeaten squad, you are one of the top 3 teams, and you are definitely in. Runner takes off immediately. McNally on the first pitch. Throw not quite in time, and safely at second in scoring position is Joe McNally. So a couple of base runners aboard for Jack Calandra. Zach Fike moving to the on-deck circle. If you lose a couple of games, that's where it might get a little dicey. I would say that if you lose 3, you're out. You lose 4, you definitely are not playing on Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. You lose 3 games, it might be a little difficult. 2 games is where you're on the bubble, where you probably will, but there's a possibility you won't. Into the strike zone to Calandra. So where the Marauders are concerned, with that 1 loss already, they would certainly like to steer clear of their 2nd loss. Squirrels, they are still in control of their own destiny. Win outright, and you play this weekend. 1 ball, couple of strikes on Calandra. Another warm day to be here in Ephrata. There's still some smoke and haze, but again, throw down the third, and that might have got him. It did. What a great throw. Tossed down by Keene. Got it into Pratt's mitt, and he tags out the lead runner. Alex Tucker does not want to make the trot across the diamond and go to the dugout. That was just a great Keene throw, and diving right back into the tag was Tucker. And there's 2 away now with a base runner McNally in scoring position for Calandra. Tucker just getting a little too far off the bag and then couldn't get back. Walk issued to Calandra. My, how the Marauders would like to have Tucker back on the base path. The bases would be loaded with 1 out. And Zach Fike coming to the plate, but instead you've got 2 gone and 2 on. Fifth hitter of the inning, Zach Fike coming to the plate. Decked out in the maroon with some blue and white. You've got the New Jersey squad, the Marauders, Fighting Squirrels, almost all white. Numbers and squirrels across the chest in a either black or very dark blue. I'm going with black today. I'm aged. The eyesight is poor. The color coordination not there, but I'm thinking that that's black where squirrels and the numbers are concerned. Out of the strike zone, 1-0 to Zach Fike. Michael Ferranti moving to the on-deck circle. I mentioned, though, the weather. There's haze on the horizon, but there's a tendency, at least on my part, to compare every day with Friday here. Friday, it was very smoky and hazy. You could not see the hill behind center field. You've got center field trees and then a hill that tops the treetops. You couldn't see that because of all the smoke and haze on Friday. So it's not like that here on a Monday, day number 3 of pool play in the World Series. Fouled off by Fike, but it is certainly smoky and hazy. But that's keeping temperatures down a bit. We were expecting to see 102 throughout the course of the week. 98 is the expected high today, 88 currently. And if forecasters are right, don't worry about rain. As we say in the Deep South, ain't gonna happen. None predicted. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-2 now on Fike. Well, as a matter of fact, this is an area that is very arid regardless. As a matter of fact, the average rainfall about 15 inches. Heck, back home, we can have 15 inches in an afternoon thunderstorm. Well, maybe not quite, but 15 inches, not uncommon to have that in a month. As a matter of fact, it's kind of a relatively dry month at 15 inches. Fouled out of play. Here, though, a dry, arid part of the state of Washington, and no mention of rain. Currently 88 degrees, humidity at 21%, north winds at 7. A little breeze picking up the American flag in center field, and it is blowing out. Zach Fike with a couple of base runners on. High pitch from Austin Hicks. And the count will even up at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 gone. Tightly contested games thus far through 8 games, 2 days of pool play. Biggest rout was the Blue Lick victory over Tucson, Arizona. 1 hop back to Hicks, reaches back, fields over to first, gets Fike on the 1-3 putout. And despite the fact there were a couple of base hits and a walk, nobody scores in the top part of the first. Day number 3 officially underway in the Babe Ruth World Series. We head to the bottom of the first, and those Fighting Squirrels coming to the plate when we return.
Motel in Ephrata that offers large, clean, king and queen size bedrooms with microwaves, fridges, cable TV, HBO, ESPN, and more. Free coffee and free continental breakfast included as well. They also have fax services and high-speed internet available to all rooms, all for an unbelievable low price. I'm talking about the Ephrata Inn Motel, where it's their business to serve you. Call today toll-free at 877-454-3575, located at 848 Basin Street Southwest, the Ephrata Inn Motel.
On the left, the $6 foot-long Subway Club with turkey, Black Forest ham, and roast beef. On the right, the sweet onion chicken teriyaki dripping in sweet onion sauce. 2 footlongs enter, none leave, because you ate them. The sweet onion chicken teriyaki and the Subway Club, they're footlongs and they're $6 each. Subway, so much sandwich.
$1,000.
Top part of the inning, couple of base hits, 2 stranded, but nobody scores. And the big play was the pickoff of Alex Tucker at third by Garrison Keene, the Charleston, Missouri catcher. Scoreless top part of the inning as we head to the bottom part, and here is that play. It turns what would have been, if you consider the fact that Jack Calandra walked right after this pickoff at third, the bases would have been loaded with 1 away. But at least in that first inning, twist in momentum towards the Midwest Plains champs was the pickoff of Tucker there at third. Cole Nichols, the left fielder, starting things off for Charleston, Missouri. Getting the rest of that lineup set for you after the slap into left field, and Cole Nichols is on with a single to begin things for Charleston. Ty Householder, the second baseman, batting in the 2 spot. E.H. Braden Cox is the 3-hitter. Trey McDaniel playing first, will bat fourth. Wyatt Pratt is the third baseman in the 5-hole. Palmer Campbell playing center field, bat sixth. Winston Welter is the shortstop in the 7-hole. Jason Jarrell playing right field, will bat eighth. Pitcher Austin Hicks has the 9 spot. And Garrison Keene, who is behind the plate, will bat 10th for Charleston. Into the strike zone to Ty Householder. The Marauders have got Zach Richardson on the hill, Ryan Nealon behind the plate. Michael Ferranti is at first. The second baseman is Jack Calandra. Joe McNally at shortstop. Steven Chiswick is the third baseman. In the outfield, Jake Mancini in left, Alex Tucker in center, and Zach Fike is in right. Back safely over to first, Cole Nichols, as we head to the bottom part of the inning. Yep, it's going to be kind of your typical game for us, which means in the 3rd and 4th, we get to your shout-outs, which means in the 6th, we recognize those who follow us on Twitter. Bunt and foul by Householder. And it also means we're really going to push you going to Facebook. I think today is the last day we're really going to have to push it, because we want to get to 10,000, and we were, last I checked, 30 away. So we'll talk about that in the 2nd as to how to help us get 30 more likes on Facebook. Outside the strike zone, and the count even at 2. Johnson O'Brien Stadium here in Ephrata, Washington, site of the World Series for the 4th time in 6 years, 3 times in 4 years. Wrapped towards short. And there it will be booted by McNally. So Householder at first, Nichols the base runner at second. And the E6 responsible. Maybe the possibility of a double play, and McNally probably had that thought in his mind, trying to rush the throw over to second, instead dropped it. And now a couple of base runners on for Braden Cox. Cox, the EH, has Trey McDaniel on deck. Showing bunt, pulls back into the strike zone and goes. Over at first, playing in Titus Ferranti. He is on the grass already in anticipation of the bunt. Here's the 0-1. Unusual bunting style by Cox. It's like he pulls back the barrel of the bat and then just kind of takes a chop. And it's not like that stick was sitting out there before the ball left the hands of the pitcher. Just kept it on the shoulder and then kind of that reach down and a chop at the last moment. It's an 0-2 count now, though, so probably not going to have Cox trying to lay down a bunt. But I mentioned Johnson O'Brien Stadium. If you go to Facebook, you're going to have to scroll back a little bit, but we've got a nighttime overhead shot of the stadium. Just a gorgeous complex here. And as I look at the scoreboard, or actually the board that is out in left field that recognizes the success of Tiger Baseball, the high school team that plays here, looks like a lot of championship baseball played at Johnson O'Brien. Outside, 3-2 to Braden Cox. Zach Richardson, one pitch outside of the strike zone from having a lot of squirrels on the base path. Trey McDaniel moving to the on-deck circle. Had an opportunity to talk to one of the assistant coaches. What a catch at second by Calandra. And he will do something that you do not see often. Turn the triple play. There's out one. There is out two. And there goes out number three. The triple play to end the bottom part of the first. And if you're looking for a little pick-me-up, I would say the TP is some pretty good medicine. Well, you got a fan that kind of got in the way because he wanted to witness a rarity in the game of baseball. The triple play sends us to the second.
Hi, I'm a kid, and I am here to tell you why fruit is good for you. It is healthy for your muscles, your brain, your eyes, your heart, and your body. I've been sitting behind this big tray of fruit, and it looks so good, and it smells so good, and I haven't gotten one piece.
When your sport team has a great game or season, come celebrate your team's hard work at Lake Bowl in Moses Lake. Our Redemption Center game room is loaded with fun. Lake Bowl wants to help you recognize your team's accomplishments with fun and affordable packages. Bring your team in to eat, play, and have some fun. Team celebrations are a blast at Lake Bowl. Give us a call or visit our website for more information. Lake Bowl, Moses Lake's family entertainment center.
Top of the second, Michael Ferranti steps in. He's already had one pitch and fouled it out of play. My, they are anxious to get to the plate. I guess trying to get that triple play momentum into their offense as well, as Michael Ferranti, about 30 seconds after the break began, was in the box. A triple play. That's so rare in the world of baseball, and the irony is it is the second time I've witnessed a triple play in about 8 days. Was doing a tournament down in Cleveland, Mississippi about 8 days ago and saw the triple play, and now you get it again as Ferranti wraps it slowly towards Hicks. He will go over to first and get Ferranti on the 1-3 putout. Kyle Helmlinger stepping into the batter's box with one away. Admittedly, it looked like an inning of promise. You had the single by Nichols. You had the error that got Householder on. All of a sudden, a couple of base runners aboard. Nobody out. And then Braden Cox hits into the triple play, and we head to the second. Kyle Helmlinger, the 0-2 pitch, stays upstairs, 1-2. Hicks just a little bit high with the pitch. That was close. And that's the out, though. As a strikeout victim is Helmlinger, 2 away. Jake Mancini coming to the plate, your officiating crew for this one. It is Greg Chouinard who is behind the plate, Ricky Bryan at first, Jeremy Cranston at third. And if memory serves me correct, certainly when we get to the championship, but I believe when we get into bracket play, we are going to expand the number of officials we will see on the diamond. 0-1 on Jake Mancini. Trey McDaniel, Wyatt Pratt, Palmer Campbell, 2 up in the bottom part of the inning when we get to the Charleston, Missouri second inning. By the way, too, when we get to the third, we'll get to your shout-outs. Talk more about that in a bit. Let me draw your attention, too, to the top of the scoreboard and to the right side where it says hashtag Babe Ruth WS. Hashtag Babe Ruth WS. There's a strikeout of Mancini. 3 go up, 3 go down. Put that in the search engine of Facebook and Twitter, and you'll see all the big plays from yesterday, and by the end of today, you'll be able to see all the big plays from today. 1.5 in, we go to the bottom of the second. McDaniel, Pratt, and Campbell coming up for the Midwest Plains champions.
Since 1969, DK's Drive-In has been Ephrata's favorite spot for burgers, fries, sweet treats, and everything else in between. We are proud to continue the DK's tradition of serving our community with delicious food made to order. Come on in or swing through the drive-thru and see why DK's has been a staple of Ephrata for generations. DK's Drive-In at 805 Basin Street Northwest in Ephrata.
Lakeview Golf and Country Club. They're looking for new members, and now's the time to join. There's no initiation fee, and it's $175 a month. A great course, great people, and a professional that has instruction available. His name? Matt Campbell. Along with a good junior program, driving range and restaurant are available to the public. Come and try the good food with Amy Galloway and her staff, open from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. daily. Great course, great people at the Lakeview Golf and
Trey McDaniel starting off the bottom of the second. Scoreless contest. Wyatt Pratt, Palmer Campbell, 2 up in the inning, 2. Regardless of what happens in this contest, at least part of the conversation about when the Marauders met the Fighting Squirrels is the fact the Marauders turn the triple play to end the bottom part of the first. Here we go with the second. Trey McDaniel starting things off. Hashtag Babe Ruth WS. A lot of big plays from yesterday, and a lot of folks watching, taking a gander at what happened yesterday on Facebook and Twitter. That's an overzealous throw from Nealon back to his pitcher, Richardson. And apparently the baseball, at least for the moment, will be tossed out of the field of play. And a new one in is back up onto the bump. Steps Richardson to face McDaniel. By the way, in the third inning, we replace what you see above the scoreboard with a telephone number. It will be 334-488-1385. 334-488-1385. You need the number so you know who to and how to send shout-outs. And we'll get to that in the third and fourth. Quick reminder, too, got to have you as a friend on Facebook. If you haven't already liked this, please do. By the end of the game, sure would like to be at 10,000 likes on Facebook. Put Jock Jive Sports in the search engine as this one is lifted towards right field over near the line. At least relatively so. Moves towards the line. The catch made by Zach Fike, and Trey McDaniel is out number 1. One away for Wyatt Pratt. Palmer Campbell is on deck. But by the end of the game, we would like to be at 10,000 likes. Go to Facebook, put Jock Jive Sports in the search engine. As a matter of fact, everybody watching right now that hasn't already liked this, if you'd do it, open up a new browser. Go to Facebook, put Jock Jive Sports in the search engine. We would be there. We are 22 shy of 10 grand. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fouled out of play by Pratt. And, of course, it's more than just numbers. It's us keeping you updated on scores, schedules, and more. Got a World Series going on here in Washington where it looks like weather won't be an issue. But we've also got one going on in Alabama where rain has been a problem. And viewers get to know why we're not playing when we're supposed to be playing if there are weather issues. You get the schedule of games that we provide, where we might be, which could be literally anywhere in the U.S. or I guess maybe one day beyond. One ball, couple of strikes. Hops right over the mitt of Steven Chiswick at third, travels into left field. That will be a base hit. And a one-out single has Pratt on for the Fighting Squirrels. Palmer Campbell coming to the plate. But again, thank you for, if you have already liked us, doing so. And if you haven't, well, doing so hopefully in a bit. I mentioned I had an opportunity to talk to a coach with a Fighting Squirrel earlier, and he was talking about the name Fighting Squirrel. The program apparently originated back in 2005, and the originator of the program was looking for a mascot name and wanted something unusual, and came up with a list of about 10 and presented those roughly 10 mascot monikers to his players on that 2005 squad, and they liked Fighting Squirrels. Now, I do not know what the other options were. I do know one of the remaining 9, and that was the Blue Sox, which I kind of like that. I mean, it's a playoff of, I think, a high school there in the area who were the Blue Jays. And then, of course, you got the Red Sox, the White Sox, and the Blue Sox. But the decision was made to go with the Fighting Squirrel, and it's the right decision. It's gotten them some additional notoriety. Popped up in the direction of right. And Palmer Campbell will be out. Compliments of Zach Fike. 2 gone for Winston Welter. Jason Gerald stepping into the batter's box for the Marauders of Mount Olive, New Jersey. Well, the Marauders, akin to the Raiders, the Pirates. And really, that is somewhat of a unique name in itself. I know of one high school, as that one's fouled out of play, and the runner takes off Pratt. Pratt will go back to first. School in Tallahassee, Florida, McClay, and their mascot name is the Marauders. Otherwise, I'm trying to think if I have run into a Marauder moniker before. Don't think so. Over to first goes the throw. Back safely is Pratt. Winston Welter with an 0-1 count. Jason Gerald moving to the on-deck circle. Ryan Nealon, Zach Richardson, Alex Tucker do up when you get the third inning form out on him. This time the runner will indeed take off. The throw is there waiting on him. Nealon with a strong throw down, and it gets Wyatt Pratt, who tried to get himself a stolen base. Instead, he gets a trip to the dugout as an out. Let's go to the third and to your shout-outs here on ChalkJive.com.
Are your kids rough on your furniture? Things looking a little run down? Then come to More Furniture in Ephrata and we can help get things back in order. We have all the top name brands made with strong quality support, including Sealy Posturepedic mattresses, because whatever you do in bed, Sealy supports it. The next time your furniture is in need of some replacing, stop into More Furniture in Ephrata, locally owned and trusted for over 100 years.
the World Series, you can watch the game too by going to www.ufredoworldseries2017.
We enter the top of the third, near the bottom of the order. Ryan Nealon will start things off. Zach Richardson, Alex Tucker due up in the inning 2. We are in the third, and that means it's time to get to your shout-outs. 334-488-1385. 334-488-1385. The number will be posted on the scoreboard, and that's the number that you need to text those shout-outs to. We do it in the third and fourth innings. So if you want to squeeze them in, got to do it now. There's the number. Shout-outs, 334-488-1385 as Ryan Nealon starts things off here in the top of the third for the Marauders in a scoreless contest. Well, we had a few shout-outs before we even opened the doors for the shout-outs, so let's go ahead and get to those. Let's go nuts. Great organization from Devin and Aiden Halpin. 9U and 11U Squirrels from Jackson, Missouri. Hashtag Babe Ruth WS. I like that. Go Big Mo. You got this from the Maine gang, as in M-A-I-N-E. Thanks so much, Maine, for watching the coverage. Gotta admit, it's not that often during game coverage that we get to hear from the great state of Maine. So thank you very much for viewing and texting. Come on, Fikaloo from your girls. We love you. Popped up over towards right field. There the catch will be made by Jason Jarrell and Ryan Nealon out number 1. Zach Richardson to the plate. Nobody aboard. 1 gone. 2 hits each. Couple of goose eggs on the board. As we are in the top part of the inning. Happy birthday, Zachary Richardson. Well, by golly, the guy on the hill pitching for Mount Olive when they will take to the field in the bottom of the third, celebrating a birthday. So happy birthday to Zachary Richardson. We love you. Gammy, Buck, Uncle Rick, Brady, Cody, and Caden. Jordan Medlock, by the way, is our 9,991st like on Facebook. Who will be the magical 10,000th like? We are 9 away from hitting 10 grand. Fouled off by Richardson. Happy birthday, Zach Richardson, number 9. And the rest of the text says, go Mount Olive. Love Aunt Stacy, Sharon, Grandma, and Grandpa from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Strikeout of Richardson and 2 quick outs here in the top of the third. Back to the top of the order we go. Alex Tucker. Tucker got a single in the first, stole second, went to third, and then, as you saw earlier, thrown out at third. And that seemed to be, at least for that particular moment in time, kind of a momentum switcher, at least in scoring runs in the top part of the first for the Marauders. Of course, they balanced it out with the big defensive play, the triple play to end the bottom of the first. It is buttered by Tucker, but buttered foul. Go Jake and Goob from Jack, Will, Nick, and Izzy.
When I bought him, Michelle was like, why are you buying him Hot Pockets? You don't understand. Kids love them.
Shout out to Sons of Isaac, especially Jackie Poo, for that triple play. Shout out to Buzz and Stove, the painters of Mo, cheering my boys on. There is the strikeout of Alex Tucker, and we've got another inning that goes quickly and quietly. We are coasting right along and heading into the bottom of the third. Coming up, Welter, Gerald Hicks, Squirrels and Marauders scoreless.
Sure, Watch Trustology is about sharing our financial expertise and helping our clients succeed. But it's also about helping local families enjoy a more festive holiday season, making sure parents have the supplies they need, and giving local charities everything they can grab in 90 seconds. It's employees who have a passion for serving their neighbors and the communities they live in. When you see Washington Trust's Crew in Blue doing their thing, that's WA Trustology in action. See more at WaTrustology.
By the way, our countdown to 10,000 on Facebook at 9,992, and Ben Walters is the gentleman that puts us 8 away from 10. Let's get to some shout-outs. I love you, Goob and Jake from Jackie D. Shout-out to number 99 on the Flying Squirrels, and that would be the Flying and Fighting Squirrels. Same number as the best player in the league, Aaron Judge from number 17 on Blue Lick, Slane Robinson. And they told me how to pronounce the B-O-N-K. I don't think it's bonk. It's like buonk gang. High fly ball by Welter. Shallow center field. Back onto the grass goes Calandra. And Welter is out, number 1. Jason Gerald to the plate. Haley Hilburn gets us 7 away from 10,000. And Kel Williams has us 6 away as we continue our countdown to 10. Let's go, Jack Brother. Rope 1 for your boys at home. Shout out to Squirrels, number 9, Blake Simmons. Let's get another win, guys. Love you, Mom. Let's go, Mo Boys. Make us proud in New Jersey. Shout out to the birthday boys, Zach Richardson. Good luck. Z from Emily and Jess. Shout out to the boys from Mo. Rope all over those balls from the Mo Trappers. Shout out to Joey McNally. Let's go, Mo, watching from Flanders, New Jersey. Shout out to Palmer Campbell from the New Madrid Circuit Clerk's Office. Go Squirrels. Thanks so much for watching there in the office. 1 away. Jason Gerald coming to the plate. Zach Richardson has gotten his workout with throws from Ryan Nealon. That's another one that gets over Richardson's head, and he's got to go find. 2-1 on Gerald. Well, that's what the scoreboard indicated, but it's rare that you walk in a 2-1. So it apparently was a 3-1 that gets Gerald to first, and Austin Hicks comes to the plate. Shout out to Logan Damesworth. Go Squirrels. Love you, buddy. Sending lots of love. Good luck to Braden Scott from Scott City, Missouri. Go Squirrels. Go Palmer Campbell from your cousins in Sedalia, Missouri. That one's out of reach for Calandra. Travels into right field. There is a base hit from Austin Hicks. And have a couple of Squirrels aboard. Third hit of the game for Charleston. It's got 2 on for the 10-hitter Garrison Keene, top of the order. Moving to the on-deck circle. Happy birthday, Zach Richardson, and let's go, Mo. Telecast looks great. Mark Leonard and family from Missouri's 10U. Or make that Mo's 10U. Better get that right. Big difference in these two squads. Mo being Mount Olive and MO being the abbreviation for Missouri. Popped up over towards the warning track in left. Jake Mancini is there to make the catch, and Garrison Keene out, number 2. Runners will hold with Gerald at second, Hicks at first. Slane Robinson, thank you very much for getting us 5 away from 10,000. Taylor Olivia Duvall has us 4 away from 10,000 on Facebook. Thank you very much, Mark Leonard, and all the family from Mo, Mount Olive. Sent towards center field, traveling over near the warning track, trying to make the leaping catch and not able to do so is Alex Tucker. Cole Nichols is going to drive in runs. He will slide into third with a triple that brings in Gerald and Hicks. And a scoreless game is scoreless no more. Compliments of the 2 RBI Cole Nichols triple that he was able to get over the head of Alex Tucker in center field. It is now a 2-zip Charleston, Missouri lead as Ty Householder comes to the plate. Reached on an error in the first. Toss gets away from Nealon, coming in from third to score. Cole Nichols, it's 3-zip Charleston. And all the damage coming with 2 gone. You had the pop out of Welter. Then, of course, the walk of Gerald, the base hit from Hicks, and then out number 2 as Garrison Keene went down. And the Cole Nichols show here in the bottom of the third has resulted in 3 runs. The triple, and then comes in on the toss that goes to the screen. Let's go Mo from the Schmoo crew. Coach Jacob May tuning in from Sykeston, Missouri, cheering on the Squirrels, and 3 of my former players, Garrison Keene, Palmer Campbell, and Wyatt Pratt, as well as current player Will Pratt. Let's go Moore. Great play, Jack, from Mom in Villages, Florida. Shout out to Trey McDaniel and the Fighting Squirrels from Grandma Portia and brother Talon McDaniel watching from Greenville, Missouri. Strike delivered to Ty Householder. He reached on an error in the first. Let's go Mo from the fans in Bud Lake. Popped up over into foul territory. Trying to get there was Ferrante, could not. Calandra in the neighborhood as well, but it drops. And the at-bat will continue for Householder. Braden Cox to the on-deck circle. Shout out to the Marauders. Happy birthday, Zach, from Buzz Antique Painters. Happy birthday, Zach. Love from the Buzelli family. Shout out to Jake Mancini from Valentina and Salamander from Mount Olive. Pitch low, walk issue to Householder. And the Fighting Squirrel with another base runner on as Householder goes to first. Braden Cox, who hit into the triple play, coming to the plate. Let's go Mo from your fans in New Jersey. Shout out to Palmer Campbell and the rest of the Fighting Squirrel from New Madrid, Missouri. Shout out to Sons of Isaac. You guys are so awesome. Nice catch. Jackie Poo Woo. Let's go, boys. Get the W. Go Mo from the Abruski family. Go over to first. Back safely goes Householder. Cox again wrapped into the triple play in the first. Batting here in the third. 3 away from 10,000 on Facebook. Compliments of Cindy Ranson. I'm listening to my producer give me an update on how close we are to 10. So thanks, Cindy, for getting us 3 away. Householder with a lead over at first. Braden Cox, an 0-2 count, 2 gone. Just a little bit outside. Good luck, Jake Mancini, number 5 of the Marauders from Aunt Jay. Go Squirrels, go Damsworth. Love the Watsons in Mississippi. Wrapped to short, backhanded there by McNally. He will go to second. It's in time. Able to get Householder as Cox wraps into the 6-4. A nice defensive play by Joe McNally. 3 runs plate though. And the Fighting Squirrels in the third match their run production in day number 1 of competition from the Charleston, Missouri squad. They won that one. They lead this one.
Ephrata is strategically located in the center of Washington State. The Port of Ephrata can meet your intermodal transportation and supply chain needs via road, rail, or air. Our most recently available property are 2 buildings that combine for 100,000 square feet of high bay heavy manufacturing space with multiple bridge cranes installed. When the workday is over, take advantage of the plentiful recreation opportunities in the area. Bring your business back to center in Ephrata, a center for commerce, a center for opportunity, and a centered life.
For more than 50 years, Tomer Construction has been helping build the Pacific Northwest. We've led successful projects throughout the area involving portable rock crushing, road construction, land clearing, land leveling, bridge construction, and structural concrete. We also offer fill material, sand, and gravel for your everyday landscape needs. For a free quote, call today, 509-787-3312. Tomer Construction, we're ready to serve you.
Top of the fourth, 3-zip score. Squirrels are on top. Well, we have done it. Thank you very much. 10,000 likes on Facebook. And who was the 10,000th like? We could see the maneuvering. Hunter Burnett is the gentleman who puts us at the 10,000 mark. But as I mentioned, as this one is popped up by Stephen Chiswick, and there was problems. Winston Welter, the only guy not nearby, the only guy, though, that apparently had decided it was his and he was going to make the catch. You had fielders in the vicinity. You had center fielder Palmer Campbell. You had left fielder Cole Nichols. And, well, that is what you call a breakdown in communication. And that breakdown in communication turns into a single. And the third hit of the game is Stephen Chiswick is on. Bit of a bobble over at third. 2 base runners aboard. So Chiswick with a single. And I feel certain this is going to be scored as an error, and it is. And E5 gets McNally on, and just like that, the Marauders are in business with a couple of base runners aboard. But again, thank you very much. Yep, we'll still mention Facebook, but we won't be quite as diligent after hitting the big 10,000 mark. And Hunter Burnett is the liker who got us over the mark. Thank you very much to Hunter Burnett. But now don't let that keep you from liking us if you haven't already. But I mentioned some maneuvering going on behind the scenes as Calandra lays down the punt throw over to third to try to get the lead runner, and won't do it. Keene, he didn't want to settle for the Calandra out over at first. He wanted the lead runner but couldn't get him. And the bases all loaded up with nobody gone here in the fourth. So there is still nobody out, and now the base is full. Let's take another look and see how close the play was at third. Yep, he's there. So the base is full, and an opportunity for the Marauders to battle back here in the top part of the fourth with Zach Fike batting, Chiswick, McNally, and Calandra aboard. But as we mentioned, there was a little activity going on behind the scenes trying to get to 10,000, like some likers unliking and reliking, all trying to be the 10,000th. Well, thank you, though. We know the intent, the purpose. It was just to help us out. We appreciate that very much, but Hunter Burnett's the guy who got us over the mark. One hop to short. Got the out there, but the run comes in. Then it's Chiswick who will score as Spike wraps into the 6-4. That will get Calandra off the base path for out number one. Couple of base runners now on the corners. McNally at third. Spike, the base runner, in first for Michael Ferranti. And the Marauders get on the board. It's a 3-1 game. Glance over to the bag by Austin Hicks. Now he will throw over. By the way, we are tied in with the scoreboard here, so everything that happens there happens on our board, and there's the run posting. I was about to explain why you had not seen that run post yet, but there it goes. 3-1 score. Driven down the line, but foul. I got to get to this shout out. I got a lot of other shout outs to get to, but got to get to this one. It was a shout out from Ryan Henson of Blue Lick, who says he was your real 10,000th like on Facebook. So Ryan Henson wants to share in the 10,000 glory, but Ryan, thank you very much. And we're understanding that Ryan might have a case for my producer as No effort to get Michael Ferrante. Instead, Hicks wants to make sure that McNally stays over at third. Looked like Hicks had an opportunity to pick off Ferrante to get him over at first on the 1-3 putout, but instead was concerned with McNally. He ignores Ferrante, who goes over to first, and now the bases are loaded again. So it is McNally who's at third, Fike the base runner at second, and Ferrante at first. Well, I'm hearing from my producer, because there was a lot of behind-the-scenes, tomfoolery to try to become the 10,000th like. Ryan Henson may have a case. We may have to take it to the Facebook Court of Appeals. So we've got Hunter Burnett officially, and then there's an asterisk by Hunter's name. And when you refer to the asterisk, you look at Ryan Henson, because Ryan has filed for an appeal. Bases loaded, top of the fourth. Kyle Helmlinger coming to the plate. 3-1 contest, 3 runs played at the bottom of the third, but here we are in the fourth, and the Marauders have responded. They've loaded things up. Chiswick got on with a single. McNally reached on an error. Then it was a fielder's choice that got Calandra on. Fike wraps into the 6-4. Chiswick comes in and scores. Michael Ferrante reaches on the fielder's choice, and the bases are loaded for a 7-hitter who is in exclusively for the purpose of hitting the baseball, and he's done it rather prolifically during the course of the season, and he's got himself some hits in the series as well, and does it again into right field. Kyle Helmlinger. McNally comes in and scores. Fike will come in and score. And we are now tied at 3 with a couple of base runners on and nobody out for the Mid-Atlantic champions. So Helmlinger, who is in the game to hit, that is his priority, and does just that. Delivers with a base hit that drives in a pair of runs to make it a 3-3 contest. And meanwhile, Cameron Mindler will come in to run for Helmlinger, who trots to the dugout. And he will do so to a number of high and low fives as he produces a couple of runs with a single. And Jake Mancini coming to the plate with 2 on. Mindler is at second. Ferrante, the base runner, at third in a 3-3 game, and it's a brand new contest here in the fourth. Mancini with a glance down the line steps into the box. Ryan Nealon moving to the on-deck circle. Shout out to Jake and Mike Mancini. Go Mo. Half swing by Mancini, and that's a full strike. Way to go nuts from the Rampleys in Colorado. Shout out to Logan Damesworth, Mo Team, Golo, and Amy. A big good luck to the Squirrels. We're behind you 100% from the Mississippi County Times. Now, the reason Hicks held up was he was waiting for his first baseman, Trey McDaniel, to get over to the bag, but Jake Mancini has done as he was asked to do. He has sacrificed a run in, and he has sacrificed a runner over. Ferrante will come in and score. Mindler will go to third, and now the lead belongs to the Marauders.
Now batting the catcher, number 12, Ryan Nealon.
1 away for Ryan Nealon. Nealon with a fly out to right field in the third. He is 0 for 1. Shout out to Trey McDaniel, number 3 of the Fighting Squirrels, and his teammates. Hashtag Go Nuts, Cape Girardeau, Missouri. Shout out to my bro Logan. Good luck. Shout out to my Bama boy Mike. Keep spludging those ropes. Shout out to Poplar Bluffs, Missouri. Go Nuts. Shout out to Joe Mo. Go Nuts. Let's go Squirrels from PB. Shout out to Palmer Campbell. Let's go Nuts. Love Mom. Michael, number 57. Love you, watching from work, Mom. Come on, New Jersey, get it together. Shout out to Steve Nero, the #1 fan of all time. Go Mo. 1 ball, couple of strikes. Ryan Nealon with Menlo, the base runner, at third. 4 runs in. Chiswick, McNally, Fike, Ferranti have all come in and scored. And a 3-run Charleston, Missouri lead. Now a 1-run Mount Olive advantage. Go Squirrels, Garrison and Palmer representing New Madrid. Hope to see 3G on the hill for Mo. Shout out to the awesome #4. Gotta love him. Hashtag Go Nuts. Go Will and Wyatt from your biggest supporter. Love Grandma. Let's go Mo. You got this. Love Mike Hawk. Well, that will put an end to the inning. Out goes Nealon for out number 3, and there is where I had missed my outs. You had the out that Fike wrapped into the 6-4. You had the out that Mancini hit into the 1-3. And then you had the strikeout of Nealon for out number 3. But a big inning in the 4th for the Marauders, as they will play a total of 4 runs and turn that 3-run deficit into a 1-run lead. Your 4th inning stretch as we head to the bottom part of the inning here on JockJive.com.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
We head to the bottom of the 4th. Trey McDaniel starting things off for Charleston. Wyatt Pratt, Palmer Campbell due up in the inning 2. Got a ton of shout-outs, and the 4th is when we typically wrap it up. Tell you what we'll do. If you haven't sent a text previously, I'll try to get to yours. I'm watching you, PCAM. Keep up good work from Lex. Go Squirrels. Way to pitch number 99. Mama's rooting for you at home and love you. Shout out to Palmer Campbell from the Hollemans in New Madrid and Mooresville, North Carolina. Go Squirrels. Let's go Nuts from the McCords in Sykeston. Well, now we got a battle between texters. This one says, sorry, Ryan, but I was the 10,000th like. And now we have a witness to the fact. I'm a witness to watching Ryan Hinson become the 10,000th like for Jock Jive Sports. Much love to Hunter Burnett, our catcher, but Ryan Hinson was the true 10,000th like. We got a battle. You know, we may have to indeed have to take it to the Facebook Court of Appeals, and we may have to call witnesses and subpoena other folks as well. Cameron Mendler is my favorite player on the planet. Shaq DiMaggio. Thanks so much for all the shout-outs. And again, if you haven't sent but one, try to get to those. Shout out to Michael Ferrante from Bourgogne Sales. Forgive me if I mispronounce, as Trey McDaniel starts things off in the bottom of the 4th for the Squirrels. A reminder, too, that got another task for you. We'll talk about that in a bit. Shout out for Garrison Keene from Caring Hands In-Home Care in Matthews, Missouri. And I think that's it. We've gotten to all shout-outs that had none read and needed to get at least one. Thanks so much for the shout-outs in the 3rd and 4th. As we are here in the bottom part of the inning. Well, I guess you still got a little time to sneak some in. 334-488-1385. Trey McDaniel with a fly out to right field. Wyatt Pratt on deck. Palmer Campbell is in the hole. Toss just misses, and the count runs full at 3-2. A 3-run bottom of the third, a 4-run top of the fourth. The bottom of the third belonging to the Fighting Squirrels. The Marauders with that 4-run fourth. It's a 1-run ball game as we are into the bottom part of inning number 4, and there is a walk that is issued to Trey McDaniel. So the tying run gets on for the Squirrels. McDaniel is aboard over at first as Wyatt Pratt comes to the plate. Zach Richardson, Austin Hicks, the 2 starting pitchers. They have made their way into the 4th. In the 5th, we'll be at the bottom of the order in the top of the inning. Roll to Richardson, his only play over at first. The sack laid down by Pratt will get McDaniel into scoring position, in the tying run now 180 feet away from home. One away for Palmer Campbell. Campbell with a fly out to right field as the middle out in the 2nd inning. Winston Welter moving to the on-deck circle. Campbell awaits. Too far inside. Well, the battle for who was number 10,000 continues. Now we've got another saying they were the 10,000th light. And that looks like it's Grandma and Grandpa from Philadelphia. It looks like somebody, a higher power is going to have to decide. 4-3 contest. Palmer Campbell trying to get the tying run in. With 1 away, pitch outside of the strike zone, 2-1. This game very similar to its predecessors. The 8 previous games, really almost everyone. The lone exception might be that game between Blue Lick and Tucson, as this is wrapped in the direction of right field. That will drop in as a base hit. McDaniel had to hang around second a bit, thinking that there might be a fight catch in right field. So he is a late arrival over to third. Campbell, the base runner, at first, with the 5th base hit of the ball game for the Fighting Squirrels. If you take away that victory, Blue Lick over Tucson, Arizona, everything else has been really close. Games that aren't really decided until you get the last out in the bottom of the inning, which I realize they're not decided until then regardless, but just you don't know for sure who's going to win it till then. There are times when you do. Nice bunt down the line. Richardson can't get it, and the squeeze has brought in the tying run. Welter with an RBI. Campbell will go to second. Welter is at first. And we are tied up at 4 now with a go-ahead run for Charleston in scoring position at second. Go Squirrels from Zip at Martindale's in New Madrid, Missouri. Shout out to Jock Jive Sports for reaching their 10,000th like. Thank you very much from Ed J. Ron Line or EDJRonline.com. Out of the strike zone to Gerald. Gerald walked and scored a run an inning ago in the 3rd. And now a conversation with Zach Richardson. Richardson celebrating his birthday today, hoping that the gift would be a W. It's a tie contest now in the bottom of the 4th, and a game that, well, obviously you can't get a feel here in the 4th for who's going to win it. And that'll be it for Zach Richardson. So Richardson is going to exit with an out in the 4th. He is finished after working 3 1/3 innings. And the game tied, but a couple of base runners on that would be his responsibility, Welter and Campbell. Who is the new Marauder? We find out when we come back on Jock Jive.
with today's fast-paced world can be difficult. Accelerate your life with iFiber Communications high-speed internet. Surf, stream, and game like never before. Give us a call at 509-754-2600 and find out more at ifiber.tv.
Cheryl Konos Farmers Insurance is your local one-stop shop for all of your insurance needs. Whether it's auto, home, life, business, and farm and ranch, Cheryl and Farmers are here for you. You never know when the unexpected will happen, so be ready for anything. She'll work for you to put together a package that fits your needs no matter how big or small. She's right here in Ephrata, so you can talk to her at any time. Please stop by for a free quote at 858 Basin Street Southwest or call 509-754-2550. Good luck to all the players and teams.
Keeping up with today's fast-paced world can be difficult. Accelerate your life with iFiber Communications high-speed internet. Surf, stream, and game like never before. Give us a call at 509-754-2600 and find out more at
There's your line score. 4 hits. I make that 4 runs each. 4 hits for Mount Olive and an error. 6 hits and an error for the Fighting Squirrel. Zach Richardson will leave after 3 1/3. Faces 17. No strikeouts, 3 walks, 6 hits given up. Thus far, 4 runs. The 2 that are aboard, Welter and Campbell, his responsibility. Garrett Colbush, he is the new pitcher for Mount Olive, getting his warm-up tosses in. Well, we'll take the opportunity to get some more shout-outs in. Shout out to Randy Boroff, the Babe Ruth crew, and all the volunteers who worked so hard to put this event on. A big thanks, definitely. A lot of people work behind the scenes and you know nothing about the big task that they accomplish. Others are in full view, not intentionally so, but you get to see the work that they are doing. But regardless, whether it is that behind the scenes work or that one that we all know you've done, we appreciate very much for making the Babe Ruth World Series a success. Jason Jarrell steps in to face Garrett Colbush. Couple of base runners on, 1 away in a tie ball game, and the Squirrels trying to get the lead back. Fouled out of play. This shout out is from Hunter Burnett.
2 balls and 1 strike.
And Hunter Burnett, of course, involved in this Facebook controversy. He and Ryan Henson, and Hunter says, everyone trying to steal my glory. All right, Hunter, we understand, and we're going to try to get this thing resolved. 2 balls, 1 strike on Gerald. Austin Hicks on deck. Colbush steps off the bump, then back on quickly. Shout out says Big Mike. He's the best coach of all time, from Cody. And happy birthday, Z. Love you. Inside pitch, 3-1. Fighting Squirrel would love to have the bases loaded here in the bottom of the 4th. Marauders, well, they've got other designs, other plans for the bottom part of the inning. Would like to get a double play. Already have the triple play. And would like to turn the double play. Foul back as the count runs full. 1 hour, 7 minutes into this one, into the bottom of the 4th in a tie contest. Here is the payoff pitch. Gerald awaits. Colbush, long look at the Fighting Squirrel hitter, then a glance to base runners. And speaking of those base runners, Campbell took off the 3rd. It's fouled off, so he will go back to the bag at 2nd. Shout out to Palmer Campbell and Austin Hicks from the Silmans in Advance, Missouri. Hashtag Go Nuts. Shout out to Facebookers, the homeboys back in Eastside, Flanders. 3 balls, couple of strikes. Gerald awaits, runners go. Pitches out of the strike zone, throw down to 3rd. Don't have to worry about tagging out the runner because the walk has loaded things up. So Campbell will go to 3rd. Welter, the base runner, at 2nd. And Gerald now at first for Austin Hicks. Hicks, the Midwest Plains champion pitcher, has thrown 64 tosses, and he will certainly be working the fifth. Steps in to face the new pitcher Garrett Colbush, and the pitch into the strike zone. Here's the 0-1. Lifted towards right, but it will drop foul. Shout out says, all right, I've got to help you out on the pronunciation. Please do. New Madrid is actually mad, like I'm mad for the Squirrels, and rid, like squirrels getting rid of all opponents. Well, thank you very much. Jeff from Cape Girardeau. Hashtag Let's Go Nuts. Shout out, go get him, Jake Massini of Mo. Love you from Grandma. Hit towards center field. And a basket catch right about the knees by Tucker. Tagging and coming home is Campbell. It turns into an Austin Hicks sac fly that gets the lead back into the hands of the Fighting Squirrels here in the bottom of the fourth. So Hicks picking up the RBI that will bring in Campbell. Welter stays put at second. Gerald is at first for Garrison King. Top of the order moves to the on-deck circle. That is Cole Nichols. And here is your tag and go by Campbell. And it turns into the fifth Squirrel run of the contest, second one of the inning. And that lead flip-flopping back and forth. Did belong to the Fighting Squirrels, then the Marauders had it, and now back to Charleston, Missouri. Dylan Baugh into bat for Garrison Keene. Two gone with a couple of base runners aboard. Gerald's at first, Welch with a base runner at second. Considering we are in August and temperatures were supposed to get into the triple digits, a pleasant start to this work week on a Monday. And low with the pitch, ball one to ball. Cole Nichols, the leadoff guy, is on deck. Two are gone, two are on, two are in. Here in the bottom part of the fourth. Low with the pitch again, 2-0. Ball stepping out of the box now will step back in, trying to move runners along. Shout out to Cole Nichols from Kate. Hashtag Go Nuts. Low again, 3-0. Shout out, this is Lizzie Hendrickson, and just wanted to wish all my homeboys good luck. Go Mo. .30 pitch as Ball waits. Takes and delivering into the strike zone is Colbush. With a couple of teams with sound and catchy logos. Go Nuts, Go Mo. Battling it out here in game number 1, day number 3, pool play, the Babe Ruth World Series. It floats over towards Colbush. He will make the catch, put it into the inning, leave a couple of base runners on, but a productive one for the Fighting Squirrels. They're back out in front as they play 2. Marauders will try to get that lead back when we go to the 5th. Hey, thanks for all the 3rd and 4th inning shout-outs. More baseball after the break.
Paul Lozier was a Grant County farmer who supported a number of community causes throughout his lifetime. He created the Paul Lozier Charitable Foundation to continue his charitable giving. The Paul Lozier Scholarship Foundation provides scholarships to students attending colleges within Washington. To learn more, please visit the Lozier Foundation website at www.lozier.org or find us on Facebook. The Paul Lozier Foundation, a legacy of charitable giving.
Whether you're looking for a bigger car to support your growing family, a new truck for your business, or something to pull that toy of yours, we've got you covered at Barry Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Ephrata. Come see us today and learn why your family, friends, and neighbors buy their cars at Barry. On Basin Street for more than 35 years, and with locations in Moses Lake and Wenatchee, we are one great place to buy a car. Call or click 754-2411 or barrysaves.com.
5-4 Fighting Squirrels lead as we head to the 5th. It is the bottom of the order that will start things off. The spot previously occupied by Zach Richardson, and it will continue to be occupied by Richardson, despite the fact that he was pulled from the bump for Garrett Colbush. There you see the birthday boy ready to step in and start things off in the 5th. Well, we wrap up shout-outs in the 4th, but let's squeeze in one or two more, those that officially texted in the 4th. Hurley and Associates going nuts for the Squirrels. Also, Board of Ed cheerleaders say, let's go Garrett. And that will officially put an end to our shout-outs in the 3rd and 4th. Thank you very much for sending those cyberspace cheers. You see the folks in the stands cheering on from behind the backstop, and some down the 3rd and some down the first baseline, but you with an opportunity to do so via text. And thank you. 2-1 the count on Richardson. Richardson, one previous plate appearance. It was in the 3rd when he struck out. Found out a play to run the count even at 2. Well, I guess we're running out of things to talk about. We've gone through our shout-out periods. We've hit the 10,000 mark on Facebook. You know, not without some controversy, but we're there. Lined into left field, and that's a Zach Richardson base hit. Starts things off for the Marauders in the 5th. Well, there is that, the pursuit of 1,000 Twitter followers. Of course, in the 6th, we recognize all of those who follow us with a reading of your Twitter handles, so save it until we get into the 6th inning. Alex Tucker steps in with Richardson, the base runner, over at first. Tucker has singled and struck out. He is 1 for 2. Stole a base as well. As the tying run on here in the 5th, Stephen Chiswick to the on-deck circle, fouled out of play. Count will go even at 1. A 2-run bottom of the 4th for Charleston, Missouri, as McDaniel comes in after the walk and Campbell comes in after the single. Bunted back to Hicks, looks to second, goes to first, gets the out there. Richardson will go to second. So Tucker laying down the sacrifice that will go 1-3 for out number 1 and get the tying run into scoring position for Stephen Chiswick. Opening game of day number 3, Babe Ruth World Series. Different mediums by which you can watch the game, by the way. On our website, jogjive.com, on the Ephrata World Series 2017.com website. You see there on the backstop. You can watch it on Facebook under the Babe Ruth Facebook page. And apparently a lot of folks watching there. And if you are in the Ephrata, Washington area, you can catch the games on Northland Cable. And it's provided by iFiber. 0-2 pitch, high to the screen, to third goes Richardson. And of course our camera ops, all provided by iFiber as well. So there's a special place in our heart for the folks at iFiber. They have certainly been very, very helpful to us, especially Heather and Darren. We Thank you very much. 1-2 pitch popped up left side over into foul territory, and charging in to make the catch from left is Cole Nichols. Out goes Steven Chiswick. 2 gone for Joe McNally. McNally's been aboard a couple of times. He had a single in the first, reached on an error in the fourth. It was after he hit the error that he came in and scored. Jack Calandra moves to the on-deck circle. The Hicks pitch swung on and missed. Here is the 0-1 offering. Throw goes to third. King's already been able to pick off a runner there previously. That time able to get back safely was Richardson. Nothing in 2 on McNally. Richardson, the base runner at third, represents the tying run. Squirrels trying to get to the bottom of the 5th with no damage done in the top part of the inning. Marauders trying to plate that run that knots us up. And now you got a conversation going on between Greg Chenard, the plate umpire, and the coach for the Marauders. And apparently this conversation is going to involve additional umpires. So the question is, what's the conversation about? The last thing that happened prior to the request of info from coach was the throw down to third by Garrison Keene. Well, there you saw part of the conversation. It's over. Greg Chenard will now talk with the coach of Mount Olive. I'm wondering, I mean, is it possible that there's catchers? Because see, you see that King pulls the hand back. If it's batter's interference, you're not going to have the Marauder coach come out and question. You see right there, you see Keene shaking his hand. I'm wondering if he is suggesting that there was catcher's interference. It's the only thing I can grasp on the play that happened prior to the conversation. Whatever the fact, looks like we are back to the baseball in a 1-2 count. McNally toss into the dirt, able to keep it in front of him is Keene. That is Richardson scampering back to third. There again is the throw. Let's see if we see any contact. There's just not much, but right there you see him begin the process of, yeah, I think he may have nipped the bat. Count even 2 apiece. Swing and a miss. McNally goes down. Richardson is left on. Marauders get close, 90 feet from home. Zach Richardson stranded there, 4.5 in. We head to the bottom of the 5th. It's a 1-run Fighting Squirrels lead.
Today's Best Western is more rewarding than ever. Rewards members get our best rates every stay. And with rewards points that never expire, you get more free nights at over 4,200 hotels worldwide, gift cards, and instant rewards. Now get a $10 gift card with every night you stay. Let's go get rewarded. Book now at bestwestern.com.
Before the final touches were made, before the swing was built, before the trees were there, before the holes were dug, before any of that, a call was made so all underground lines could be marked, so the holes could be dug, the trees could be planted, the swing could be built, and the final touches made to a picture-perfect project. Dream, plan, prepare. Call 811 before you dig.
Bottom of the fifth, final Garrett Colbush warm-up tosses between innings. We will head to the top of the order. Cole Nichols starting things off for the Fighting Squirrels. Ty Householder, Braden Cox due up in the contest too. A 5-4 lead. Your two divisions in pool play, the American Division and the National Division. In the American Division, you've got the New England champs, the Southeast, the Midwest Plains, the Middle Atlantic, and Ephrata, Washington. In the National, the Ohio Valley, Southwest, Pacific Southwest, Pacific Northwest, and the Washington North State champs. Currently in the driver's seat would be the two teams that have 2-0 records, and that would be Mid-County, Texas, representing the Southwest, and Cape Cod, representing New England. Fighting Squirrels trying to become the third team at 2-0, but Mount Olive trying to even their pool play at 1 each. And we certainly begin, especially tomorrow, as obviously into Wednesday, and get a far clearer look at who's got the best chance of getting in and where they might be getting in. If Cape Cod wins tonight in the 8 o'clock matchup, they will take on Ephrata. Cape Cod with a victory tonight is in to bracket play. I mean, they are in control of their own destiny, and they're still in control of being the top seed in their division, the American Division. But if they win tonight, they guarantee themselves a spot. Whether it's 1, 2, or 3 is still to be determined. And that may be the only team, because I don't believe we see Southwest champs, Mid-County, until tomorrow. Yep, they play at 11 o'clock tomorrow. So Cape Cod may be the only team that today determines whether they get in. It's not the only day it could determine it, but it would be the earliest such day. Count even at 2 on Cole Nichols. It's been a perfect day at the plate for Nichols with a single and triple. The triple drove in a pair of runs in that 3-run third. 2-2 pitch, high, ball 3. Ty Householder, Braden Cox due up in the inning 2. Colbush coming in the 4th. He worked 2/3 of the 4th and now working the 5th, starting it off against Cole Nichols. The Marauders in the top part of the inning had an opportunity to tie the game. Got Richardson on with a leadoff single. Got him to second on the Alex Tucker sacrifice. High fly ball towards left, but there is room, not a lot of it, but just enough for Jake Mancini to make the catch, and Cole Nichols is out number 1. One away for Ty Householder. Householder has reached on an error and walk. The error came in the 1st, the walk came in the 3rd. High inside pitch, ball 1 to Householder. Braden Cox moving to the on-deck circle. The 6th for Mount Olive will start with the 4 spot. Jack Calandra, Zach Fike, Michael Ferrante 2 up. There's a base hit. 1 out singles, got Ty Householder on his first base hit of the game. It is the 6th one for the Fighting Squirrels. And Braden Cox, the EH, will come to the plate. He hit into a triple play in the 1st. And then wrapped into a 6-4 in the 3rd. He's 0 for 2. I wonder, once you get aged in life, if you are a Braden Cox, if you tell the grand youngins about hitting into a triple play. I mean, it is rare. Of course, you'd rather be on the other side of the triple play. But, you know, it's one of those oddities in baseball. That toss way out of the strike zone, and off goes Householder to second. Reminds me of the movie The Jerk. I don't know if You remember the movie where Naaman Johnson determines that his would-be assassin just doesn't like cans. In the shooting at cans, it looked like Colbush didn't care for that Port of Ephrata sign. And launches it over towards the side. Here's the 2-0 offering to Cox. I realize I'm going really way back in time. Seems like the movie The Jerk came out about maybe 3 or 4 years ago, but I think it's been 25 or 30 years ago now. It just seems that way. There is an age gap, a big age gap between me and our producer, and he may remember the movie or may not, but when you get my age, and it seems like 3 to 5 years ago, it typically is about 20 or 25 years ago. You get James's age, or you are James's age, and if it seems 3 or 4 years ago, then it was probably 3 or 4 years ago. It's part of that age disparity. 2-2 offering to Cox. Base runner in second is Householder. Squirrels trying to add to the lead. That's in tight on Cox. And the count will run full. Getting relatively late into the game, and the Marauders would prefer that the lead get no larger. It is a 1-run advantage. Colbush with his look to Householder. The pitch sliced into foul territory. And it will stay 3 balls and a couple of strikes. I am sure as I begin the process of checking that there are plenty of baseball games going on in the world of Major League Baseball. May not have anything in progress yet, but I'm sure the afternoon and evening will be full. Again, fouled out of play. Game start at 4:05 Pacific. Marlins and Nationals. Pirates have the Tigers. Reds taking on the Padres. Twins the Brewers. Royals the Cards. Cubs and Giants, and the Orioles and Angels all tangling. The 3-2 pitch popped up. And it's out of play again. Another payoff pitch coming to Cox. He has spent a substantial amount of time in the box taking pitches from Garrett Colbush. Hey, don't forget about hashtag Babe Ruth WS. It is there on your scoreboard. Hashtag Babe Ruth WS. Not just big plays from yesterday, already some big plays from today posted. As Cox is finally, after a number of pitches, given the walk. So go to Facebook, go to Twitter, put hashtag Babe Ruth WS in the search engine. You will pull up all kinds of big plays in the World Series here, and then take them, like them, tweet them, retweet them, share them, and we'll thank you. Conversation of the bump. Colbush, the focal point, as coach talks with his squad. Couple of base runners aboard after the walk of Cox. At second is Householder. Conversation brief, to the point apparently. Staying on the hill is Colbush, and he will face Trey McDaniel. McDaniel with a fly out to right field in the second. He walked and scored a run in the fourth. Fouled back, 0-1. Wyatt Pratt is on deck. McDaniel the first out in the second inning, and became the first run that played it in the fourth. In the sixth, for Mount Olive, Calandra, Fike, and Ferranti, 4, 5, and 6 hitters due up. Currently a 1-run lead. Squirrels hope for more. Popped up right side. That will go foul, and the run over by Fike couldn't get in there in time to make the catch. Nothing in 2 now on McDaniel. Well, our coverage of youth sports wraps up on Saturday with a championship here. We're doing, as I mentioned, a World Series in Oxford, Alabama. That closes out, supposed to on Thursday. Now, they skipped a lot of play yesterday because of all the rain there. But either way, things will close out this week. And we pull off the gloves and put on the cleats. Get ready for some football. 24th, Georgia Military College taking on Navarro. We'll be in Milledgeville, Georgia for that one. The next day, quick trip up to West Virginia, where the Bluefield-Graham game takes place as we produce the game for the Great American Rivalries. Fouled out of play. One ball, couple of strikes. That parking lot in Bluefield, West Virginia separates Virginia and West Virginia. You can park in Virginia and walk into the stadium in West Virginia to watch the Bluefield-Graham game on the 25th. Line up the middle, off the Cole Bush mid, picked up by Calandra over to first. That will get away from Ferrante. Coming in to score Householder. It is Cox who goes to third. McDaniel safely at second. That will be charged to Calandra. And the error has got the 6th run of the contest in as Householder will score. Cox will go to third, and McDaniel compliments of the E4, now the base runner at second. Wyatt Pratt batting. Cox began the process of coming home as the pitch got away from Nealon, but Nealon able to track it down. And meanwhile, Nealon will hand deliver the baseball to Cole Bush, pat on the back. And then Pratt back into the box. One away in a 6-4 contest. And now another conversation between coach and Greg Chouinard. It's not that often an official and a coach have a conversation and coach breaks out into a smile, but Mancini will walk to the hill apparently to get Bush, and yep, that's what he's done. Went to blue first to Greg Chouinard to say, I'm pulling him. Got a new guy coming in. Tell the guys in the box we're going to take a break. We're going to do the same. We are in the 5th, the new pitcher. After the break on Jock Jive.
Come along now, join the fun in beautiful Grant County, Washington. Our lakes just can't be beat, our friends you'll love to meet in beautiful Grant County, Washington.
Call 800-992-6234 or tourgrantcounty.com. Brought to you by the Grant County Tourism Commission.
Right here in the Columbia Basin, located in Moses Lake, we've got a locally owned, operated car rental agency with a great selection of late model clean cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. They do direct billing to insurance companies when that unexpected accident happens and your car is laid up for that little moment. They're open 6 days a week with a new building and new location. 15 years of service to the Columbia Basin. Advance Rent-A-Car. Call them today, 765-390.
Cole Bush coming off the heel. He came into the contest in the 4th. He will leave in the 5th. And the new pitcher for the Marauders is Ryan Harris. So Harris, third pitcher of record. Zach Richardson got the start. Garrett Colbush comes in, pitches a little better than an inning, and Ryan Harris now on the bump. Well, let's see if we can get you some numbers on Colbush. He will face a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 during his 1 inning of work. No strikeouts and a couple of walks. And as far as base hits, he gave up 1. Thus far, Marauder pitching has not fanned a squirrel. There's not been a strikeout yet. Wyatt Pratt has a couple of base runners on. They're both in scoring position. Cox, the base runner, at third. McDaniel is at second. And the opening pitch from the repertoire of Harris is outside of the strike zone, just a little bit high. By the way, I'm looking at our Twitter account. We have 900 followers now, trying to get to 1,000 there. And by the way, in the 6th, give your Twitter handle. Nobody's covering first, and everybody is safe. And 2 will come in and score on the squeeze. Laid down by Pratt. Cox comes in. McDaniel comes in too. It is now an 8-4 advantage for the Squirrels. Nice bunt by Pratt. The problem was no one covering. Covering over at first. Late arrival over to the bag was Calandra. And 2 runs will come in. Lifted towards center field. Right at Alex Tucker, who makes the catch. Back to first goes Pratt as Palmer Campbell is out number 2. 2 away for Winston Welter. But a reminder, when we get to the 6th, here's what we do. We acknowledge our brand new followers on Twitter in the 6th. It's a shout out in reverse. It's us showing you a little love by reading out your Twitter handle. We will do it all 6th inning long. So if you haven't followed us on Twitter, hold on, don't do it yet. Wait until we get to the 6th so we can acknowledge you. Welter has popped up. He's singled. The single produced a run. And we've got a runner. As off to second goes Welter, but Welter will be thrown out. And actually running for Welter, or actually that was Wyatt Pratt who wound up getting thrown out, as Welter was at the plate, and of course Pratt was on after laying down the bunt single that knocked in a pair. So it is Pratt that is caught stealing and putting into the 5th. But a couple of runs were played, and now that lead a little bit larger. As a matter of fact, Squirrels have doubled up on the Marauders. It's an 8-4 contest. We head to the 6th. Calandra, Pike, and Ferrati coming up, and our brand new Twitter followers recognized too on Jock Giants.
On the Train test range, you learn what makes our heating and cooling systems so reliable. If there's a breaking point, we'll find it. It's hard to stop a train. Really hard. Train, the most reliable for a reason.
Just about all White Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it. Top of the 6th, Jack Calandra leading things off. Zach Fike, Michael Ferrante due up in the inning 2. It is an 8-4 Charleston, Missouri lead in this West Plains Midwest Plains regional champion, trying to go 2-0 in pool play. The Marauders trying to avoid an 0-2 start as we head into the 6th inning. 3 runs plate in the 5th, and a 1-run lead becomes a 4-run lead for the Fighting Squirrel. Calandra with a walk in the 1st, reached on a fielder's choice in the 4th. He is 0 for 1. Austin Hicks now with 85 tosses, and the 85th provides a walk to Calandra as he will go to first. Well, we're in the 6th, and in the 6th we acknowledge the new followers on Twitter, and here's how we do it. Our show of love for you following us is by reading your Twitter handle. So if you follow us in the 6th, expect us to acknowledge that fact. Go to Twitter, put @JockJive in the search engine, @JockJive. Follow us, and we acknowledge your following. Twitter, @JockJive, all 6th inning long. Base runner over at first. That is Calandra. And it will be softly hit to second. Catch made by Householder. And Calandra will have to hold as Fike is out number 1.
57, the first baseman, Michael Ferrante.
Thank you very much. @BearsGal54. @BearsGal54. Now following us on Twitter. @Perry Wagner. @Perry Wagner. A new follower on Twitter. @Joe Potente. JOEPOTENTE 18. Joe Potente 18. Thanks so much for following. His count even at 1 on Michael Ferrante. Ferrante 0 for 2. He is round out the pitcher, and he is also hit into a fielder's choice. Got on as a result. Came in and scored. As a base runner in the form of Calandra aboard over at first. 1 away. Here is the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3 and 2 gone. @Nick_Caswell38. @Nick_NIC_Caswell38. Now following us on Twitter, thank you so much. Follow us in the 6th. And that's how we say thank you. 1 ball, no strikes to Kyle Helmlinger. Helmlinger with a strikeout in the 2nd, a 2 RBI single in the 4th. Wraps this one towards Householder, knocks it down, didn't have a play at 2nd as a result. So instead he will go over to 1st and get Helmlinger on the 4-3 putout. 4 go up, 3 go down, 1 gets aboard, he stays on, nobody scores. In the top part of the 6th, we head to the bottom part of the inning. The Squirrels' lead is 4. They're trying to tack on a little insurance before going to the 7th here on Jock Jive.
Ephrata is strategically located in the center of Washington State. The Port of Ephrata can meet your intermodal transportation and supply chain needs via road, rail, or air. Our most recently available property are 2 buildings that combine for 100,000 square feet of high bay heavy manufacturing space with multiple bridge cranes installed. When the workday is over, take advantage of the plentiful recreation opportunities in the area. Bring your business back to center in Ephrata, a center for commerce, a center for opportunity, and a centered life.
For more than 50 years, Tomer Construction has been helping build the Pacific Northwest. We've led successful projects throughout the area involving portable rock crushing, road construction, land clearing, land leveling, bridge construction, and structural concrete. We also offer fill material, sand, and gravel for your everyday landscape needs. For a free quote, call today, 509-787-3312. Tomer Construction. We're ready to serve you.
8-4 contest. Winston Welter starting things off. Yep, the same Winston Welter who was in the box to end the 5th, starts the 6th. This caught stealing was Wyatt Pratt. So Welter, Jarrell, and Hicks all due up. And there you see your line scores. 4 errors committed and 3 by the Marauders. 12 hits, 7 from Charleston, and 12 runs, 8 of which belong to the Fighting Squirrel. Well, we have gotten a number of new followers as this one has popped up by Welter towards left center field, and able to get there and make the catch is Alex Tucker for out number 1. In the 6th, you follow us on Twitter. We acknowledge you like at Porsche1213. Thanks so much at Porsche1213. At Guntuck1. At Guntuck1. Thanks so much for following. At BC Masher. At BC Masher. We appreciate you following us. At Grillo Gabby. At Grillo Gabby. Thanks for following Jock Jive. At ABM Consulting. At ABM Consulting. We appreciate it. Count evens up 1 apiece on Gerald. At Jacopino Rachel. At Jacopino Rachel. Thanks so much for following. There is a shot into right field. A 1-out single's got Gerald on. Scooped up by Fike. No throw to first, though, and Gerald with hit number 8 in the game for the Fighting Squirrel. A 1-out single has got a base runner on in the bottom of the 6th. At Kins_place. At Kins_place. At Hart Katie D2. At Hart Katie D2. All brand new followers to Jock Jive on Twitter, and we certainly appreciate it. You follow us in the 6th, and we acknowledge the fact. Or at least we're going to try to. I see we got a bundle more to get to. We will. We'll acknowledge you. Austin Hicks with a base runner on. Hicks has singled. He's sent a sac fly to center field. An RBI and a run scored for Hicks. The runner goes on the hit and run. Fouled off. Gerald will go back to first. At Johnny L_30. And Johnny L_30. Thanks for following. At Jazz Smith 1S. At Jazz Smith 1S. At Canopy Camo. At Canopy Camo. A new follower. At Jazz Wallen. Or I guess that might be more appropriately Jace Wallen, as the name is Jason. JASWALLEN. Thank you very much. At Kaylee_Peach. At Kaylee_Peach, a new follower. Runner again goes, and the hit and run executed to perfection. Hicks delivers into right field. Gerald will go to third. Runners at first and third for the Squirrels with 1 away. 9th hit of the game for Charleston. And a runner coming in for Hicks. That is Jared Moses, who will run. That is way out of the strike zone. Wow. The instruction was protect the runner. And that is what Hicks did. Way out of the strike zone. They just chops it over towards right field. So Moses running for Hicks at first. Gerald, the base runner, at third. And Garrison Keene steps in. At Ron E. 4Bus. Now following us at Ron E. 4Bus. At McLarty David. At McLarty David. Thanks so much for following. At Nick L. 111. At Nick L. 111. Thank you very much. All the brand new followers on Twitter. Again, all 6th inning long. If you follow us, we recognize you. 0-1 on Garrison Keene. Keene with a couple of flyouts to left field. He is 0 for 2. Or actually, the 10 spot has a couple of flyouts to left. Ball batted for Keene in the 4th. And as I mentioned, was a flyout to left field. Well, there's instructions again to lay down the bunt to protect everybody. And doing just that on a high toss was Keene, and it drives in Gerald. That is twice that the instruction was put something on it. Protect your runner. And the Squirrels have responded on high pitches. This one will bring in Gerald. It is now a 9-4 game as we go back to the top of the order. Cole Nichols, who has singled, tripled, and popped out 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs, steps in. Toss will roll away from Nealon, and that's got runners on the roll to the next bag. Moses will go to third. Keene is at second, 2 in scoring position for Cole Nichols. More new followers at Zach J 445. At Zach J 445. At Simo Ball Chris. SEMO Ball Chris. At Simo Ball Chris. At Nicole E. Rampley. Nicolee Rampley. At Nicole E. Rampley. Thanks so much for following. At Riverside HSBB. At Riverside HSBB. Swing and a miss, count even at 1 on Cole Nichols. Ty Householder next. 1 away, 2 aboard, both in scoring position. Hicks, his runner Moses, and Keene. 1 run in. A 9-4 Charleston lead into the strike zone, 1 and 2. At Lindsey Smith. Make that Lindsey _ Smith. Lindsey as in Lyndszi. Lindsey _ Smith. At Emily Mott 6. At Emily Mott 6. Roll to Harris. Harris coming home with a throw. Moses trying to avoid the out. Scampers home. Harris is covering. Lays the tag on the back of Moses. Meanwhile, runners will advance as Keene goes to third. And Cole Nichols will wind up at second. So Moses tagged out at home, 2 gone, 2 aboard for Ty Householder. Ty Householder reached on an error in the first, walked in the third, singled in the fifth. He is 1 for 2 with a run scored. Two outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Again, you're following us on Facebook. We read the handles in the 6th only, so just a inning to go. Follow us on Twitter, and we acknowledge you here in the 6th. At Buck Major 3. At Buck Major 3. Now following. The ball, a strike on Householder. 2 gone, 2 aboard. We are in the 6th. Popped up. It's over to the right side, and calling everybody off is Ferranti. He will make the catch, and the Householder at bat is ended. So has the bottom part of the 6th, but not before another run plates. The lead goes to 5, and the question is it enough? Squirrels hope so. Marauders say no way. We go to the 7th. 2 hours into this one. The Babe Ruth World Series on Jock Jive.
Golfers, challenge yourself this season at Gamble Sands in Brewster, Washington, just 33 miles from Lake Chelan. Hi, Kevin Calabro here. You know, every Gamble Sands round is a fabulous bucket list experience. Gamble Sands was designed by David McClay Kidd, author of The Bandon Dunes. Go to gamblesands.com and take a look at this place. You'll see why Golf Digest and Golf Magazine recognize Gamble Sands as the best new course of 2014. Certainly is mine. Make your tee times now at gamblesands.com.
Top of the 7th, a Marauder squad in desperate need of some runs, down by 5. And it's the bottom part of the order that will start things off. There is your line score. 4 runs, 5 hits, 3 errors committed, and they've left 5 on. Charleston, 9 runs, 10 hits, 1 error, and they have left 5 aboard. Well, let's wrap up our thanks to new Twitter followers with this one at Alec Talanka. And Alec Talanka, thank you very much for following us on Twitter. Into the 7th we go. Squirrels trying to go 2-0. Marauders trying to rally and finish 1-1 after a couple of games in pool play. Facing an Austin Hicks that may not make it all the way through the 7th. He is at 96 pitches. 105 will get him pulled, so he is 9 away from wrapping up his tenure. Foul out of play. 1 ball, couple of strikes on Mancini. Mancini with a strikeout and a sacrifice. He is 0 for 1. So thanks for all the new Twitter followers. We're up to 925. Swing and a miss, and out goes Mancini. 1 away in the 7th. Thanks to the folks who continue to like us on Facebook. We're either at 10,016 or 10,017. And as we mentioned earlier, only an appeal to the Facebook court will clear that up, because we've got a dispute as to who was the actual 10,000th like. But thanks so much. Texts, Facebook likes, new followers on Twitter. I have not looked, but I am assuming that there have been lots of folks watching on Facebook on the Babe Ruth page. Thank you. If you're watching in the Ephrata, Washington area on Northland Cable, and thank you. I-5 are responsible for getting the game to you there. We appreciate you watching. The Ephrata World Series 2017.com's got a play or two. Thanks so much. And heck, there might be some folks on our website, jockjive.com, watching the game coverage too, wherever you may be and however you are watching. It's been great to have you on the other end of the coverage. Don't forget, it's another busy day of baseball. 3 more games to go. Your 2 o'clock matchup has the Pacific Northwest champs Vancouver taking on Tucson, Arizona. That is a huge game for Tucson. Tucson is 0-2. They really can't stand a 3rd loss. Foul back, 3-1. 5 o'clock, the Washington North State champs and the Ohio Valley State champs, Moses Lake and Blue Lick, and the nightcap, Cape Cod and Ephrata. Better than 9,000 views on Facebook alone on the Babe Ruth Facebook page. Thanks so much. 3-2 offering on the inside part of the plate. Ryan Nealon pleading, saying, come on, to Greg Chouinard, but Greg had apparently some words too for Ryan. The two with not confrontational type words, just a couple of guys trying to do their job. That is 105 pitches for Austin Hicks. And when you get to the 105 mark, the only way you can go to 106 is if you're in the middle of an at-bat. So Hicks is not. He's got to wrap up his stint on the bump. 1 out away from a complete game. Who's the new guy? Who will finish it up? There you see him. Dainsworth coming in when we return to Ephrata.
Since 1969, DK's Drive-In has been Ephrata's favorite spot for burgers, fries, sweet treats, and everything else in between. We are proud to continue the DK's tradition of serving our community with delicious food made to order. Come on in or swing through the drive-thru and see why DK's has been a staple of Ephrata for generations. DK's Drive-In at 805 Basin Street Northwest in Ephrata.
Lakeview Golf and Country Club. They're looking for new members, and now's the time to join. There's no initiation fee, and it's $175 a month. A great course, great people, and a professional that has instruction available. His name? Matt Campbell. Along with a good junior program, driving range and restaurant are available to the public. Come and try the good food with Amy Galloway and her staff, open from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. daily. Great course, great people at the Lakeview Golf and
Very quietly, Austin Hicks has really put together a nice pitching performance. 6 2/3 innings of work, 10 strikeouts, 1 walk, 5 hits given up, and a total of 4 runs. And because of the limit of pitches, 105 is the max. The day is done for Austin Hicks, and Logan Damesworth will be asked to get the last out. He will face the gentleman that actually started on the hill for the Marauders about 2 hours ago, Zach Richardson. As we are into the top of the 7th in a 9-4 contest. Couple of pitches outside of the strike zone with both from Damesworth. Well, don't forget, still want you to like us on Facebook if you haven't. Still want you to follow us on Twitter if you have not. As this is hit to third, scooped up there by Pratt. A little slow getting the ball over to first, and it's not in time. Richardson on. Well, let's take a look and see if there was... Well, we can't see it from that angle. Well, you do see the fielding and the throw over just a little bit behind. And that's going to be charged as an error. It is an E5 that gets Richardson on. Back to the top of the order. Alex Tucker with a swing and miss. Thanks for all the texts. Don't forget, more games to go. Your 2 o'clock matchup. Big game for Tucson, Arizona. A little more so than for Vancouver as they battle. This game right at 2 hours, 5 minutes old. 0-2 now on Tucker. Out of the strike zone, 1 and 2. Tucker with a single, a stolen base. Got picked off at third in the first. Struck out in the third, laid down a sacrifice in the 5th. Steven Chiswick would like a chance, but he's not going to get it as Tucker strikes out. Leaving a base runner on. 5 base hits, 3 errors committed, 6 stranded by the Marauders. A total of 10 base hits, 1 error committed. They strand 5 to the Squirrels. All 4 Marauder runs came in the 4th. For the Fighting Squirrel, 3 in the 3rd, couple of runs in the 4th. They plate 3 in the 5th and get a run in the 6th. The Squirrels now 2-0 in pool play. Mount Olive now 0-2. Thanks so much for watching our coverage. It's been great having you aboard. See you at 2 o'clock. 54 minutes from now, I'm Robert Williamson. Your producer has been James Crenshaw. So long, everybody.
We'd like to present the Ron Tellison Player of the Game Award in recognition of Babe Ruth's late presidency over Ron Tellison. His commitment to our nation's youth was the past his primary objective that every child will be opportunity to play this great game. The Ron Tellison Player of the Game Award winner for Mount Olive is number 15, Kyle Hemlinger. And for the Charleston Fighting Squirrels, your player of the game, number 99, Austin Hicks. Congratulations to both players here. Okay, folks, we are 53 minutes away from the start of our next game, second game of the day, game number 10 of the tournament. We're going to be 40% of the tournament after this next contest. We'll play game number 10. That is the Pacific Southwest Regional Champions from Tucson, Arizona, taking on the Pacific Northwest Regional Champions from Vancouver, Washington. That will start again at 2 o'clock this afternoon right here at Johnson Run Stadium. basketball club. Let's know now that Mount Olive, you are back in action at 5 o'clock tomorrow evening here at the ballpark. You'll be taking on Surrey County, North Carolina, the Southeast Regional Champions. And again, North Mount Olive at Surrey County, 5 o'clock. Charleston, we'll see you back here tomorrow at 2 o'clock. This could be a good one. The Charleston Fighting Squirrels against Team St. Todd, the New England Regional Champions. That game again, starting at 2 o'clock right here down to Run Stadium. Overtime goes for about 5-0, 15 minutes away now. It's our game number 2 today. Vancouver, Washington, Tucson, Arizona.
me to put you dumb cheers in my pickup. Okay. All right. We'll talk to you guys later. Enjoy your trip up to the dam.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to Johnstown Ryan Stadium. We are on the campus of Squirrels High School here in the beautiful state of Washington. For a couple of announcements we are obligated to do right now. We want to start with, of course, the fact that we are on the campus of Illustrated High School and in the laws of the state of Washington, the use of any type of tobacco product, smoking, smokeless, e-cigarette, or vaping is strictly prohibited. So you see right one up the pack list, put that thing on, we're going to have to use the ballpark.